eyes, laughed until the morning light. But somewhere along the way, our love lost its fight. I reach for you, but you're not there. The silence is all I found, and every memory whispers of a love left behind. I thought forever meant us, but forever slipped away. And now I'm learning slowly how hearts can go astray when love turns lonely. Even the stars feel cold, the warmth we shared fades quietly, a story left untold. When love turns lonely, every touch feels gone. A heart that used to be with yours now struggles to hold on. I see your smile in every dream, I hear your voice in the rain. I try to hold on to our past, but it slips through my veins. The places we used to know are empty without your hand. And even though I love you still, I can't make you understand. I thought love could survive it all, but some hearts drift apart. And now I feel the emptiness deep inside my heart. When love turns lonely, even the stars feel cold, the warmth we shared fades quietly, a story left untold. When love turns lonely, every touch feels gone. A heart that used to beat with yours now struggles to hold on. Maybe someday I'll find a way to let the pain subside, but tonight I just remember the love we left behind. Because some hearts stay haunted by the silence of the past, and love turns lonely even when it's meant to last. When love turns lonely, even the stars feel cold, the warmth we shared fades quietly, a story left untold. When love turns lonely, every touch feels gone. A heart that used to be with yours now struggles to hold on. When love turns lonely, and all that's left is me. The room is quiet, but I hear your laugh, echoes of a love I can't get back. I reach for memories that slip away, wishing I could turn back yesterday. The stars don't shine the same tonight without your hand holding mine so tight. I try to move on, try to forget, but my heart keeps pulling me back to the way we were, the love we had, the way our world was intact. I miss the streets where we once walked, the places where our hearts would talk. I see your shadow in every crowd. I hear your voice, though it's not aloud. I try to hold on to the moments we made, but all I have are memories that fade. I thought love would last forever. I thought we'd never fall, but even perfect stories can break and lose it all. Miss us tonight, all the things we used to be, the way we laughed, the way we cried, the way you believed in me. I miss us tonight, like the moon misses the sun. A love that felt so infinite now feels like it's undone. Maybe someday I'll let go and find a way to breathe again, but tonight I just remember the love that could have been. Because some hearts leave echoes that never disappear, and I feel our love tonight, even when you're not here. I miss us tonight, all the things we used to be, the way we laughed, the way we cried, the way you believed in me. I miss us tonight, and I can't bring it back. A love that left me wanting more now walks a different track. I miss us tonight, and I'll miss us forever. We held hands but never spoke. Our hearts were full, but words were broke. Every glance was a secret vow. Every touch was a silent no. I wished I could tell you everything, but fear kept me from letting it sing. I thought love could live in quiet, that hearts could speak without sound. But sometimes silence builds a wall. Love can't break it down. We loved in silence, a love nobody knew, a fire burning softly between me and you. We loved in silence, and the world never saw love so true, so fragile. But it left me with the thought. I replay the nights we shared, the unspoken words that weren't declared. I see your eyes, feel your touch, but no one knew we loved so much. And at a quiet haunts my mind, the words I never said I can't rewind. changed forever. The room is quiet, but your voice remains in every shadow, every corner, every frame. I reach for nothing, but I feel your touch. A love I can't forget, a heart that misses much. Even though you're gone, I can't let you disappear, because I still feel you here. I try to move on, try to breathe, try to let the past release, but some love never leaves completely, and I'm trapped inside its peace. I still feel you here, in the echoes of my mind, in the spaces where we laugh, in the moments left behind. I still feel you here, even when the night is cold. A love that lingers softly, a story never fully told. I walk the streets we used to know, pretending that I'm fine, but every step reminds me that your heart was once entwined. I speak your name in silence, hoping it reaches you, but all that answers back to me is the memory of truth. I thought time could heal the ache that distance would erase, but some hearts carry forever, and some love leaves its trace. I still feel you here, in the echoes of my mind, in the spaces where we laugh, in the moments left behind. I still feel you here, even when the night is cold. A love that lingers softly, a story never fully told. Maybe someday I'll let go and finally breathe again, but tonight I'm wrapped in memories where your love still remains, because some souls leave shadows that never truly disappear, and I carry you quietly because I still feel you here. I still feel you here, in every tear I hide, in every broken heartbeat, in every silent night. I still feel you here, a love that won't let go, a piece of you within me, even as life moves slow. I still feel you here, and I always will. I hear your name in passing streets and songs that play on repeat. Every whisper, every word brings back the pain I feel. I thought the nights would heal my heart, but memories never fade. A love love left scars I can't forget. Even though I stayed, I try to move, I try to hide, but your name keeps finding me. A ghost that lingers in my chest, a love I can't set free. Your name still hurts like a knife beneath my skin, a love that cut too deep and left me trembling within. Your name still hurts even when the world moves on, a melody of heartbreak that plays till I'm alone. I see a shadow in my dreams, feel you touching the rain. I reach for what was never mine and only find the pain. The laughter and the promises haunt me like a ghost, and every time I whisper your name, I feel I lost the most. I tell myself to let it go, to close the door and breathe, but love like yours won't disappear. It lingers and it grieves. Your name still hurts like a knife beneath my skin, a love that cut too deep and left me trembling within. Your name still hurts even when the world moves on, a melody of heartbreak that plays till I'm alone. Maybe someday I'll forgive the way you walked away, but tonight your name remains, and it's here where I stay, because some hearts carry forever even when it's gone. And your name still hurts, but I have to move on. Your name still hurts like fire in my veins, a love that left its mark, a heart that still remains. Your name still hurts, and I'll remember why. A love that burned too brightly to ever truly die. Your name still hurts, and it always will. We held each other in the dark, whispered secrets no one heard. Every touch was hidden, quiet, every word a careful word. The world outside could never know the love we tried to show. I thought love could live unseen, that hearts could speak without a sound, but shadows hide more than light, and sometimes love can't be found. We loved in shadows, a fire behind closed doors, a love that burned in silence, but the world saw nothing more. We loved in shadows, and it tore us apart, a secret in the night, but a wound inside my heart. I remember the way you smiled, the way our fingers intertwined, but fear kept us from being bold, kept love just out of line. Now the darkness feels so cold, and the silence won't let go. I thought love could survive the night that lights could hide yet stay. But some flames fade quietly, even when they wanna stay. We loved in shadows, a fire behind closed doors, a love that burned in silence, but the world saw nothing more. We loved in shadows, and it tore us apart. A secret in the night, but a wound inside my heart. Maybe someday I'll forgive the love that I couldn't show, but tonight I feel it lingering in every shadow glow. Because some hearts love quietly, even when the light is gone. And we loved in shadows, but the pain lingers on. We loved in shadows, a fire behind closed doors, a love that burned in silence, but the world saw nothing more. We loved in shadows, and it tore us apart. A secret in the night, but a wound inside my heart. We loved in shadows, and I remember it forever. We burn like fire in the night, a love that dazzles pure and bright. But even flames must slowly glow, and sometimes hearts just can't hold. So we held each other close and tight. But even stars can lose their light. I thought our love would never end, that forever meant us two. But sometimes love knows its own way and fades without a clue. A love that faded beautifully, like a sunset in the sky. A memory that lingers softly, even as we say goodbye. Love that faded beautifully, a chapter we can't erase. Our heart can learn to let go, but still remembers your face. I see your shadow in my dreams, feel the echo of what it means. Still after the whispers, the stolen days, oh, linger in gentle haze. We didn't fight, we didn't fall, we just let go and let it go. I thought forever would stay here, but some love to stress away. And even though it leaves us torn, its beauty still remains. Love that faded beautifully, like a sunset still feel reborn. Still remembers your face. Love it faded beautifully, and I'll cherish it always. We held each other through the years, but never said the words we fear. Every glance, every touch too small. We waited while the world stood tall. I thought there'd always be more time, but love can't wait for the perfect ride. I tried to tell you in my heart, but fear kept us apart. And now I see the truth too late, that love can't always wait. When we love too late, the moment slipped away. The words we never said haunt the nights and days. When we love too late, the chance was gone to stay. A love that burned so quietly, now lost along the way. I see your shadow in the rain. I feel your warmth and all the pain. The laughter that we never shared, the love that neither of us dared. We waited for the perfect time and lost our hearts before the climb. I thought forever would be ours, but time had other plans. And now I'm left with empty stars and dreams that slip through hands. When we love too late, the moment slipped away. The words we never said haunt the nights and days. When we love too late, the chance was gone to stay. A love that burned so quietly, now lost along the way. Maybe someday we'll understand why timing wasn't kind. But tonight I feel the ache of love we left behind. Because some hearts wait too long, and the chance just disappears. And we love too late, through silent, wasted years. Find we love too late, the moment slipped away. The words we never said haunt the nights and days. When we love too late, the chance was gone to stay. A love glance a secret vow. Every moment here and now, you held me softly in your arms, shielding me from all the harms. I thought our love would never end, the time couldn't tear apart, but forever isn't always kind, even when it lives in the heart. You were my quiet forever, the calm inside the storm, a love that felt eternal, a place I felt so warm. You were my quiet forever, the peace I couldn't show. Now that you're gone, I feel the empty echo. I see your shadow in the night, your touch lingers in the light, the way we laugh without a sound, the gentle love that we had found. I never needed more than this, a simple, quiet, a gentle kiss. I thought our forever would remain, but some love slips away, and now I carry all the pain of the words we couldn't say. You were my quiet forever, the calm inside the storm, a love that felt eternal, a place I felt so warm. You were my quiet forever, the peace I couldn't show. And now that you're gone, I feel the empty echo. Maybe someday I'll forgive the way life pulled us apart, but tonight I hold the memory of you inside my heart. Because some loves are silent, and some hearts learn to fear that forever can be quiet, even when it's near. You were my quiet forever, the calm inside the storm, a love that felt eternal, a place I felt so warm. You were my quiet forever, the peace I couldn't show. And now that you're gone, I feel the empty echo. Ooh, you were my quiet forever, and I'll remember it always. I feel the silence in the room, every shadow whispers your name. I reach for you in the empty gloom, but nothing here is the same. I cry in spaces no one sees, between the moments, between the pleas. I thought love could heal the pain, but it slips like rain to hands, and every heartbeat calls your name, yet no one understands. Tears between heartbeats, a love that never healed, a story lost in whispers, a to move on. I replay the times we shared, the laughter, the closeness, the fire. But every memory leaves me scared of a love that couldn't inspire. I keep a shadow in my chest, a ghost I can't arrest. I thought forever was ours to keep, but time betrayed the vow. And now I cry in quiet hours with tears I can't allow. Tears between heartbeats, a love that never healed, a story lost in whispers, oh, that still revealed. Tears between heartbeats, I feel you but you're gone. Love that haunts the spaces where I try to move on. Maybe someday I'll let you go and find a way to breathe. But tonight I hold the pain and the love that won't leave. Because some hearts ain't silently between the beats they show, and tears can't fall quietly when nobody will know. Tears between heartbeats, a love that never healed, a story lost in whispers, oh, that still revealed. Tears between heartbeats, I feel you but you're gone. Love that haunts the spaces where I try to move on. Tears between heartbeats, and I'll carry you always. I was broken long before your name, lost inside the quiet pain. Then you came like summer rain and taught my heart to breathe again. Every scar you touched with care, every tear you chose to share. I thought love had finally found me, I thought the hurt was gone. But healing doesn't always mean the one who heals stays long. You were my healing when I couldn't stand. You held the pieces of who I am. You were my healing, my light, my home. But even the medicine has to go. You saw the cracks I tried to hide, the lonely nights of fear inside. You taught me how to trust again, how to believe in love, not pain. But somewhere in the quiet days, I felt you slowly drift away. I begged my heart to understand that love can change its form. But losing your reopened wounds, I thought were finally worn. You were my healing when I couldn't stand. You held the pieces because of you. You are my healing, and I'll never forget you. You are my healing, and I'll never forget you. I was calling for your name, but for your smile you wrote my pain. You came in like a gentle storm, and everything I was became yours. I trusted you with all my fears, all my quiet, all my tears. I thought love would bring me rest, a place my heart could breathe. But loving you took everything, and left so little of me. You took my peace and left me wide awake, with all these thoughts I can't escape, and all the love you couldn't keep. You took my peace and walked away. Now silence is my only face, a heart that's breaking quietly, because you took my peace. I used to sleep without regret, without the weight I can't forget. Now every night repeats your name, like I'm the only one to blame. You said you loved me, said you cared, but left me shattered, standing there. I gave you all my calm, my trust, my safe place, my belief. But loving you became the thing that stole the best of me. You took my peace, left me wide awake, with all these thoughts that can't escape, and all the love you couldn't keep. You took my peace and walked away. Now silence is my only place, a heart that's breaking quietly, because you took my peace. Maybe someday I'll forgive the way you changed my soul, but tonight I'm learning slowly how to make myself whole, because some love doesn't heal you, it only leaves you weak. And losing you is how I learned to find my own peace. I smile when people ask my name, pretend that I'm okay, but every laugh I try to fake still carries yesterday. I've patched the cracks, I hid the scars, told myself I'm strong, but every night reminds me that you're still gone. I try to heal in silence, try to let you go, but someone's never close completely, they just hurt slow. My heart's still bleeding softly in the quiet of the night. Every tear falls gently, trying not to fight. My heart's still bleeding softly from the love you left behind. I'm healing on the surface, but I'm breaking deep inside. I walk the roads we used to share, like strangers passing through. Every place still whispers of the life I had with you. I tell myself I'm moving on, but truth is hard to face, because your love still lives in me, in every empty space. I thought time would save me, teach my heart to cope, but some pain becomes familiar, like a quiet kind of hope. My heart's still bleeding softly in the quiet of the night. Every tear falls gently, trying not to fight. My heart's still bleeding softly from the love you left behind. I'm healing on the surface, but I'm breaking deep inside. Maybe someday I'll wake up and your name won't hurt this way, but tonight I hold the pieces of a love that couldn't stay. Because some hearts don't shatter loudly, they just slowly fall apart. And I'm learning how to live with this gentle broken heart. My heart's still bleeding softly, but I'm learning how to stand, turning all this sorrow into something I can understand. My heart's still bleeding softly, but I'm stronger than before. I may still love you quietly, but I don't need you anymore. My heart's still bleeding softly, but it's finally learning how to heal. We said goodbye without a reason. No last fight, no last kiss, just a silence growing deeper between what was and what is. I searched your eyes for answers, but you looked away too soon, and I was left with all the questions in an empty room. I thought love would give us endings, some kind of final truth, but you walked out without a word and left me missing you. We ended without closure, no reasons, no goodbyes, just 1,000 broken questions and unslept nights. We ended without closure, no peace, no final sign, a love that never finished, still living in my mind. I replay our last conversation, every pause, every breath, trying to find the moment where we slowly lost ourselves. The promises still echo in the quiet of my heart, but I don't know where we ended or where we fell apart. I keep waiting for an answer, for a truth you never gave, but silence is the only thing that followed me away. They just fade away, and I'm left here with the pieces of the words you couldn't say. We ended without closure, no answers, no goodbye, just a love that disappeared without a final try. We ended without closure, and I'm still waiting for the truth. Had 1,000 moods to take, a million ways to run, but every path I ever saw led back to being yours. I closed my eyes to all the signs, ignored the doubts, the noise, 'cause when the world was falling down, you were my only choice. I told myself love was enough, that we could survive it all. But sometimes choosing one heart means learning how to fall. You were my only choice, the one I didn't question. I gave you all my faith and every pure intention. You were my only choice, my forever, my voice. Loving you cost me everything, because you were my only choice. I left behind our safer dreams, my chances to be free. I built my life around your name and called it destiny. I thought devotion meant forever, that giving all was right, but I lost myself inside your love, trying to hold you tight. I felt love meant no escape, no second prayer, no God. But loving you myself. I'm learning how to breathe again without needing someone else. You are my only choice, but I survive the cost. And now I'm finding who I am beyond what I lost. You were my only choice, and now I finally choose me. I ignored the quiet warnings and the way you turned away. Every promise felt like thunder that would fade by break of day. I kept telling my own heart that love was meant to hurt, but every tear I tried to hide only made it worse. I thought patience meant devotion, that waiting proved I was strong, but loving you in silence is where I went wrong. I stayed too long when I should've let you go. I kept holding broken pieces of a love you didn't hold. I stayed too long believing we were right, but I lost myself slowly every lonely night. I changed myself to fit your world, to cancel money to stay for. I lowered all my boundaries and asked for nothing more. Watched you drift a little more, your fatty passing day, and I caught it understanding as you slipped away. I thought loving meant surviving every doubt, every wrong, but sometimes loving someone needs knowing when you're done. I stayed too long when I should've let you go. I kept holding broken pieces of a love you didn't hold. I stayed too long believing we were right, but I lost myself slowly every lonely night. Maybe someday I'll forgive the heart I tried to save, but loving you so deeply and forgetting I just break. Because some hearts don't shatter loudly, they just quietly go numb. And I learned the hardest lesson when I stayed too long, letting go, learning how to breathe again. It finally said no. I stayed too long when I felt the cost, and now I'm fighting who I was strong before your smile, before your hands knew where to start. I built my walls a mile high to guard the fragile parts, but you walked in so easily, like you already knew my heart. I told myself I'd never fall, never lose control, but loving you became the place where I was least whole. You were my weak spot, the one I couldn't defend, the only place I opened, the part I couldn't mend. You were my weak spot, my truth, my flaw, the only one who ever saw how easy I could fall. I gave you all my quiet fears, all the love I tried to hide. You knew the cracks beneath my skin, the tears I never cried. I trusted you with everything, and still you said goodbye. I thought being strong meant holding on, never showing pain, but loving you taught me even strength can break. You were my weak spot, the one I couldn't defend, the only place I opened, the part I couldn't mend. You were my weak spot, my truth, my flaw, the only one who ever saw how easy I could fall. Maybe someday I'll forgive myself for loving you this way, for giving you the power to take my breath away. Because some hearts don't break from strangers, they break from those we trust. And you were the only place where I ever felt enough. You were my weak spot, but I'm healing now, learning how to stand again, learning how, learning how. Were my weak spot, but I survived, and now I guard my heart again with stronger and that's where I learned to be strong. You used to laugh without a reason, hold hands like time is kind. Every dream felt so unbroken, every future intertwined. You believed in simple forever, and promises that never been. But even the truest stories don't always know how to end. I try to tell my broken heart that love can still be true, even when it fades away and leaves no trace of you. Our love was real once, I I see you smile in all pictures, hear your voice in my head. Every memory feels like a whisper of the things we never said. We didn't fail from not believing, we just changed along the way. And sometimes love is beautiful, even when it cannot stay. I don't regret the way we loved, or the tears we had to face. 'Cause even broken endings gonna raise our praise. Our love was a us. I know we understood when you looked at me like God was your whole world. Our love was a us, even if it's good. Some hearts gon' lie about the past we were in love once. Baby, someday you'll smile again when your name crosses my mind.